Hey there all you GRRRL travelers, welcome back again. Earlier this year I had kind of like a goal that I do kind of like a travel more series where I start answering some of the questions that you have about traveling alone, traveling, long term or living abroad. This year I thought I'd give you a little more insight into the world that I live in as a traveler, as well as how I make some of my travel or my trips happen. So let's get down to today's topic, shall we? Traveling alone is never what people think it's gonna be like. The pros far outweigh the cons, and if it didn't, I probably wouldn't be doing it as long as I have been. And loneliness is not some incurable disease that you'll be cursed with for your entire trip. The things that people think are going to be challenging sort of really aren't, and the things that they never suspect, well, those can be killers. Today I'm going to share with you my top 5 biggest challenges of solo travel. Number 1, booking your flight. Booking your flight is the biggest hurdle of solo travel. The reason why is because it requires faith that you will, once you book it, you will be able to manage your travels on your own. What if I get robbed? What if I get lost? What if I get stranded? What if I get pickpocketed? If I get raped? Something that a lot of people don't know is the moment you book your flight, the anxiety lessens. Everything gets to be a little bit more smooth sailing. From there, you go into planning mode, which is now about engineering this trip so that all those fears, all those what if fears that you had, you can start building in secure precautions against it. To avoid pickpocketing, I'm gonna have to stash my money in different parts of my bag. Avoid trouble or danger, utilize street smarts. What if I get stranded? I should take my hotel business card and then I can hail a taxi. The reality of having booked your trip throws you into the action of making it work. You are building in backup plans and safety precautions, and you are planning out your itinerary in a very structured and grounded way so that you don't have to suffer these what ifs. Look good. Even for me, that is one of my biggest hurdles, is booking that flight. Number 2, making decisions for yourself. Traveling alone forces you to get to know yourself better than you thought you knew yourself before. And ultimately, you are responsible for creating your own happiness. So, where should we go next? You know what? I feel like just doing a jungly thing. Like, what is that? Hiking in caves, feeling like I'm Marco Polo. Marco Polo? Are you serious? You've got to give me more than that. We've got to work here. We've got to work fast. Well, what about Vietnam? There's, the mountains in Vietnam. AirAsia has a sale on flights to Vietnam right now. You should see what we can do there. I'm like going to some place I haven't gone before. I know that it could be anywhere. What do you want? If I knew what I want, I wouldn't be thinking about it. What are we gonna do? When you're traveling alone, one big problem is that you don't have someone to bounce ideas off of. You don't have a partner to create parameters for you by telling you, well, I don't like doing this or I don't want to see that. Instead, your options of things to do can feel limitless. When you have so many possibilities at your hand and you have all the freedom in your world to choose any one of those possibilities, it becomes overwhelming. Should I go to the museum today or should I go hiking? Go with that tour agency or this tour agency? What do I feel like eating? It's because you're forced to make your own decisions for every little thing that you do. There's a lot of pressure. As the solo traveler is forced to take this intensive travel experience where they have to make their own decisions, they have to rely and trust on their own instincts, they have to make decisions which make them happy or which force them to look at themselves better. They learn how to get around on their own through their own resourcefulness, using other, travelers or locals. That alone is a lot of travel experience. All these things and more are what tests the solo traveler a whole lot more rigorously than the average traveler. In many regards, the way I see solo travel newbies compared to the average traveler who travels with a companion, who's traveled like say maybe 5 to 10 times, I'd say that the newbie is probably learning or gaining a lot more travel experience than the person who's traveling with a companion or with a group of people. But before I start scaring some of you off, you find your way in a very intuitive process, a very instinctual one. Due to the fact that you will be in survival mode, you won't even think about some of these things, you just act on it. Just out of sheer necessity. And within that process, you start discovering a lot about yourself. And there are many people out there who are willing to help you and who want to help you. Number 3, single supplement costs. Sometimes it's just easier and cheaper to travel as 2. The taxis, hotel room costs, you don't have to worry about single supplement fees for tours or cruises or even on your accommodations. 2 budgets put together can also afford better accommodations, an upgrade in transportation, as well as the ability to order a lot more food to sample when you're at dinner. However, I've seen that theory of 2 or more work against travelers as well. And that's when they're matched up with people or other partners who don't have the same budgets as them. Taking taxis and hiring drivers to get around. Bars, restaurants, and shopping. Taking the bus. Taking out a map and trying to find our way around and interacting with locals. Oh my god. Really? Yeah. Number 4, no one to take your photo. Before the era of selfies, I actually used to envy other travelers who had partners or friends or family to take their photo for them. That was like my one big kryptonite, you know, super solo traveler moment, because it showed me something that I wasn't able to do or resource on my own. Thankfully today, in the era of smartphones with selfie cameras, with mirrorless cameras, with flip out screens, the art of selfie taking is a lot easier than it used to be. Still occasionally envy the Instagrammers with Instagram boyfriends who are there to kind of like sneak, like take a photo of them looking very like gorgeous in some huge epic shot. What it's forcing me to do is, again, master my own art of selfie taking. But yeah, I have to figure out how to do it on my own. Those of you who are interested in what cameras I use, I get these comments a lot. The answer is in the description box, and it always is. In fact, it's kind of like on default. I also have a link to my travel resources page out on my website, which tells you all the travel gear I use, everything from travel blogging to traveling to photography and videography. All my list of equipment is on that page. Whenever you have a question, first look in the description box to see if I haven't answered it, or on my website, because I put in a lot of time and effort to create that answer for you. And I know there are people out there who are very lazy and don't want to click on things and want you to just give them an answer right in their hand without even having to do anything. One of my biggest pet peeves. Number 5. No one to watch your luggage when you have to go to the toilet. Having someone to watch our luggage when we have to go to the toilet is something that's been a thorn in the side of solo travelers. What do? Like I said in my last video, it's always best to travel light and compact because it helps you to maneuver awkward or difficult situations like these. There have been times that I've either had to take my bag in the stall with me, God forbid if it was a squat toilet stall. There can be backsplash. And there have been times that I have left it outside my stall with fingers crossed that no one was going to run away with it. I will note that if I am in a crowded restroom and there's a lot of people in line, then I feel a lot more easier leaving my bag outside my stall. People see you go in with your bag outside, they know that you own it, and if anyone runs off with it, obviously they have to run past the whole line of people. Even though there is the travel rule of, you know, you should never leave your bags unattended, especially if you're at airports. I mean, there's sometimes you just really have no choice. There also have been times I've asked strangers, like either mothers with children, to watch my bag, but for the most part it's one of the more uncomfortable situations of solo travel. I'd be tackling some of these questions to help you travel more. So there, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, give me a thumbs up or a like. Subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed yet. Leave comments down below. What are some of your toughest challenges of traveling alone? Leave it down there. Also, my China and India videos, they are coming. Sorry if there's been a delay. I am still waiting on my collaborator partner for my taste test video with China. The videos that I'm working on, obviously they're compilations of my trips, so those take a lot longer for me to edit. Until then, travel safe, smart, and fun. I will see you on the road alone. May the grrrl be with you.